In the 1860s, Joseph Lister hypothesized that microorganisms cause infections. He used carbolic acid and reduced the number of deaths from 45% to 15% during surgery. Before the 1860s, many people believed that evil spirits or swamp air made people sick. Pathogens are small microorganisms that cause diseases. Infectious diseases are diseases that can pass from one organism to another. In the late 1870s, Robert Koch demonstrated that each infectious disease is caused by pathogens. There are 4 major groups of pathogens. They are bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protists. Bacteria are one-celled organisms. They cause lots of infections. Some invade other bacteria that invade other cells. Viruses are tiny particles much smaller than pathogens. They cannot reproduce unless they are inside of living cells. Cells are damaged when you get sick. There are over 200 kinds of cold and flu viruses. The most horrible virus that attacks the immune system is AIDS. Fungi are like molds, yeast and athlete's foot. Protists like malaria are common in wet areas. Pathogens are like ants at a picnic. They aren't trying to harm you. Like ants, pathogens need food. They need places to live and reproduce. Unfortunately, your body is a good place for pathogens to survive. 4 ways pathogens are spread are person to person, contaminated items, animal bites, and your environment. Person to person direct contact could be kissing, hugging, shaking hands. Indirect contact, coughing and sneezing. Contaminated, water, food, towels, silverware. Animal bites, Lyme disease and Rocky Mountain spotted fever are both spread by tick bites. Malaria is spread by mosquito bites in watery regions. Pathogens from the environment, soil, water, improper caning. Barriers that keep pathogens out: skin, breathing passages, mouth and stomach. If pathogens get past the barriers, the second line of defense kick in. Damaged cells release chemicals. THT trigger inflammatory response. Fluid insertion. Types of white blood cells leak from blood vessels into nearby tissues. White blood cells fight pathogens. Phagocytes are white blood cells that engulfs pathogens and destroys them. During the inflammatory response, blood vessels widen in infected areas. It increases blood flow and more fluid leaks out, making area red and swollen and slightly warmer. Chemicals produced during this time cause fever. Although fever may make you feel bad, it actually may help your body fight the infection because some pathogens can't survive in higher temperatures. If a pathogen infection is severe enough to cause a fever, it also triggers a third line of defense called the immune response. The cells of the immune system can be distinguished between different kinds of pathogens. The immune system cells react to each kind of pathogen with a defense targeted specifically for the pathogens. Examples: lymphocytes, also called T cells, and B cells. T cells identify and distinguish types of pathogen. You have tens of millions of T cells circulating through the blood. Each KND of T cell recognizes different kinds of pathogens. B cells produce chemicals that help destroy each kind of pathogens. AIDS attack the immune system. In the US alone, AIDS causes the most deaths between the ages of 25 and 44. Immunity is the body's ability to destroy pathogens before they can cause disease. Active immunity occurs when a person's own immune system produces antibodies in response to the presence of pathogens. A vaccination is a harmless antigens are deliberately introduced into a person's body to produce active immunity. A vaccine is a substance that is used in a vaccination. Passive immunity occurs when Th antibodies that fight pathogens that come from another source rather than a person's own body. An antibody is a chemical that kills bacteria or slows their growth without harming body cells. No medicine can cure viral illnesses. So get plenty of rest. Non-infectious diseases cannot spread from person to person. An allergy is a disorder in which the immune system is sensitive to a foreign substance, something not normally found in the body. Diabetes is when a person has high levels of glucose in the urine that comes from the blood. A person's cells do not have enough glucose. Cancer is a disease in which cells multiply uncontrollably over and over, destroying healthy tissue in the process. Thanks for watching about the immune system. Goodbye.